Hey everyone, Simon here with a very quick update on my latest cryptocurrency picks. And if you want more regular and timely updates, I encourage you to join our Lifetime Crypto Questions Answered group. You'll see details of that below. Lifetimers get the instant updates as well as Lucky Times tutorials, discounts, bonuses, and all kinds of other good stuff, including this Crypto Questions Answered presentation, which covers pretty much, any insight I get, I put it on a new slide. So for example, the last one I did, this is slide number 40. I said, hey, chill and have fun while watching the engine of your portfolio travel from Terra to Luna. Now, this is based on the my astrological research, and I saw that the coin Chili's a couple of weeks ago would have a great rise. The token Funfair would have a great rise, Engine, and Luna. And I'm still sticking to these four. I think all summer they're going to do great. They're already up quite a bit, but I still think they have room. A lot of them have room to go. So what I encourage people in our classes is to take your profits once you've achieved a 3x 300% gain. Take out your initial deposit and let it go. We also had this, and in fact I'm going to talk about this today. So I don't get to come on YouTube a lot anymore because very busy teaching and doing these other classes, but and if you'd like to join us real time, you can just drop in on a class. That's on a donation basis. If you want to have the lifetime experience, then that's $300, and that's it, one time, and you're good to go. And it covers, like I said, all of those things. But here's some free shout outs and some ideas for you guys moving forward. I made this slide March 1st. It's March 11th now, so some of these have moved, like I said, but some of them haven't. So first of all, Celsius. In our last class, if you joined us in our last class, again, which you can join, just use the link below, and it's a donation basis only. $5, $50, $500, whatever you want to give. It all goes to good use. And in that class, we talked about what my recommendations are, and then we also talk about your questions. You give me your questions, and I pull a chart for them, and we see. Hopefully, I'm not always right, but we see how it goes. And I'll get to Celsius, and I put my money where my mouth is. So I'm not one of these people who makes a prediction and then, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It doesn't affect them. Every prediction I make affects me because I put my money on the line. So in not this week, not this Friday, but next Friday, because this week I'm off, but next week I'll be sharing my portfolio and its percentages of everything that I own. And I'll share with you what have been the best movers for me. And by the way, my portfolio is all built based on astrological principles. The principle of what is your lucky sound, what are the best times for you, and so forth and so forth. And we've covered a lot. I say so forth because I've covered a lot of this in other videos. So when I recommend or tell you about these, I own Chili's, I own Terra, I own Celsius, I own Engine, I own Funfair, I own Dow, I own Data, I own Dot. So everything on here, I've put my money on the line for. Okay, so these aren't empty recommendations. All right, so let's move on here then. So Celsius has not moved yet, but I do believe in about 10 days or so, because I pulled the chart and the chart said 2.5 weeks. That was about 6-7 days ago, about a week ago. So in 10 days to 2 weeks from now, I do believe they're going to have some movement, and it's going to be based probably on some announcements and whatnot. But I think Celsius it's hovering at about $5.30 right now. I think long term, this is easily a $10 to $20 token. Okay, Celsius token, I think, goes to $20 by the end of the year. I think definitely over 10. Okay, that we did a chart. The chart showed it would go over 10, but the chart was so positive that we thought, oh, it'll probably even get to 20. So that's Celsius. 10 days from today. So let's just say towards the last week of March, I do believe it's going to have a run. Today's March 11th, so 20. Yeah, the last 10 days of March. Okay. Engine has I always loved this coin for a while. Recommended that a while back. Not going to talk about that or fun. Do want to talk about the Da sounds. There is a reason, an astrological reason why I like these. That reason is because in the zodiac of sound, Saturn is aspecting that Da sound at the moment, and what we found experimentally is that when that happens, it tends to test those projects, and if they're solid projects and they pass the test, they usually have a big rise, particularly after Saturn leaves the sound. So the Da sounds, Pokadot, Dao Maker, Dog is one that has actually moved quite well recently. I'll talk about this Exceed Me here in a minute. So the Da sounds are I'm still bullish on for the next few weeks. Okay. And those include make the Dao, Data, Dot. There's one called Dog, which has also been moving, and they're already moving, by the way. These are all projects that are moving, and I think they'll continue to move. And then so Celsius and the Dow, particularly Polkadot, looks interesting. It's a solid, obviously one of our core, holds. It's a blue chip, if you will, amongst the altcoins. That's a keeper, but I think it's going to have some movement the next couple months. So those are the two recommendations for today. I do want to kind of go back and look at some of the tokens that are moving well. This is one we did in January, and I think we picked this one up for, well, how much was it in January? About 30, 40 cents. Some of us got in at 25 cents. Some people got in at 70 cents. It was still a bargain, I think, then. Now it is $1.28. Okay. So for some people, it has tripled, but I still think it has some room to go. But this is a very, very small token. And so be careful. The smaller the cap, the more, usually the more volatile. So this one has moved well. What are some others that we've looked at that have moved well? PPay is down today. It's up 30%. So PPay is had a big move a while back. It's up 200%. I'm just kind of brainstorming here. There definitely have been better movers. Engine being one of them. So let's revisit that. Engine's moved up to the 58 spot. Wow. Yeah, it's up. We caught Engine, I believe, in January. Let's see how, when it was, I think, around 40 to 50 cents. Yeah, here it was 20 cents in January. I think we bought in around 40 cents, and it is $1.82. So it's on its way. Great, great token. NFTs. NFTs are the future. At least, well, they're the present, actually, and the near future. We'll see how well they last further on. Okay, that's it for today. I'm not going to bore you with a lot. So just to summarize, those of you who are looking for some ideas, the ones I gave our group are moving, but the ones that have not moved yet that tremendously are Celsius. And these DAO data da sounds are going to take some time to move. So these are ones to consider. In all fairness, I'm heavily invested in Celsius. So, full disclosure, like I said, I'm invested in all of these. So I'm completely biased, right, in what I'm sharing with you. but it's a bias based on not so much on personal feelings, but on the analysis. And, they say, don't date them, don't hate them, just trade them. Meaning, don't date them. Don't get too attached. Oh, I'm so in love with my Bitcoin, I can never sell it, right? Or whatever my coin is. Oh, my Ethereum, I could never sell it. No. But also don't hate them. Oh, I hate Ripple. Well, I actually don't like Ripple. It's not a project I would invest in because, again, we're looking for someone who does uh, who operates on a fairly dharmic scale, who does good things for the community. And I don't feel like that's there from Ripple necessarily. I could be wrong. I'm open to being convinced. But when I say don't hate them, don't not buy a coin just because you have some emotional predisposition. If it's a good sound for you, if it has strong fundamentals and the chart is strong for it, then why not? So just trade them, you know. So these represent opportunities for us, not necessarily emotional attachments. And so I'll leave you guys with that. And again, we look forward to seeing you in the live classes where you're going to get a lot more, or in the lifetime group should you choose to become a member. And we also have a live Telegram group for all of our students. Those emails only go out to people who have participated in a class. I don't leave them for the public, just to protect our group and to avoid scam and spammers. So if you have participated or if you're part of Lifetime, you automatically get that invite. And that's the best way to get into our private Telegram group. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next one. Namaste.